Well, I guess you get a virtual pinch there, Jesse.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Well, everyone, on in, get yourself set up. I don't really need to worry about your cameras being on per se, but if you'd like to, if you have any questions, you're welcome to unmute yourself at some point and just kind of jump in with a question, and I'll do my best to answer while we're in the middle of the workout here. Warm up wise, you got a few movements that you like to do. Let's move it a little bit. Did somebody ask something? Maybe not.
Sean, how's it going? This is Gorman.
Gorman, what's up, man?
Man, I've been waiting for this all day. You're the highlight of my day.
I've been planning this.
It's really all right.
Sean, this is Syed. I'm also online.
Hey, Syed, what's up? Welcome on in.
Yeah, I can see you.
All right.
I'm ready.
You clear on my end? You hear me okay too?
I have 2 cans of laundry liquid. That will work.
I got a couple of my beans here. I went organic my selections today, but these are probably like a pound each, I'm guessing. Or I have kind of something a little stronger, which would be your 15-pound dumbbell. Pick and choose those times. So we'll say another couple minutes before we officially kind of get this thing up and rolling. But if you've been to these classes before, you absolutely know some of the warm-up movements that we're going to do, and I'd encourage you to do some of that or any of your type of workouts to happen as well. The main one that I always have everyone doing is a step-back lunge. So as we're standing in place and not moving up and down, you can take a step backwards with that right foot. You can twist open to the left, bring the hand back down, stand up tall, and then go ahead and switch to sides. Big step back, rotate open, bring it back to center, stand up tall, and just kind of find a nice balance between that. Feel that your balance is waking up a little bit, and start to notice that your body's weight sits in that forward leg in that stance, right? So put that weight up front, find power in that front leg, and then rotate and open that hip up a little bit for you. For those of you just dialing in, any questions that you feel free to mute yourself and jump on in at any given point in time. We'll officially get going in about another minute or two. We'll see who else hops on, and then we'll get into our routine for the day. So wishing everybody well. Hopefully we're still finding some opportunities to relax a little bit in life. I know there's a lot being thrown at us, but taking opportunities to do some exercise, to go for a walk, really, really key to keeping yourself healthier. Another fun weight that I have, my 40-ounce water bottle. So we reckon this weighs somewhere between like 5 and 6 pounds all the way filled up. You could use this as an option. We're going to teach you a few ways to kind of press into movement as well, which with some additional parts in the body. So one of the things I wanted everyone to have an option to do on this was to be shoeless. So if you noticed, I am without shoe right now. And it's kind of
Oh,
Ed,
yes.
you just jump on in. My hand great to you.
Yeah. Say again, I can hear you.
So Ed, you can take your screen off, and then I would say mute yourself as well. Unless you have a question, then go ahead and unmute yourself and jump in at some point.
I'm muting.
All right, sounds good, man. All right, so what I'm telling you is the first option is to go shoeless for the day. It's kind of rare when we actually get this opportunity, and it's a great way to reconnect with how our muscles in the bottoms of the feet really don't get used a lot and have an opportunity to do so in today's workout. So if you want, I would highly recommend going a little bit shoeless through this. So if you have injuries, chances are you've been a part of this program before in the past. You know some things that I like to tell you, but if you have knee injuries, avoid jumping with any of our power options today. If you have shoulder injuries, avoid going out very wide with the shoulders. Try to keep arms a little closer in towards the body. Those two bits will start to keep you safe. Power options will be associated with certain movements, so those will be kind of an option to increase a little bit the energy needed to get through it. Also, single-sided movements. We'll have movements that are on either a single or a single side of the body. We're always going to start on our right side first. So just assume that whenever something is a single-sided movement, we are starting out on our right side. Make sure as you're coming in right now, you've got yourself kind of a good area that you can work out in. If you have a few weights, I've got a few examples, like some cans of beans here. Of course, I'm a trainer, so I've got a few dumbbells around here as well. Or another cool option is fill up a big water bottle and use this as a weight through here. So you've got a few different weighted options that you could use. If not, body weight totally works fine for this stuff as well. Last up, I've said this a few times, but this will be my last time saying it. If you do have some questions, you're welcome to unmute yourself and spread something out there. Let me know what's coming up as far as question-wise. And then otherwise, try to just keep yourself on mute throughout, and I'll knock this thing out. It should take us somewhere between 40 and 50 minutes. We'll do warm-ups. We will do a round of movements standing up, some movements on the floor, and then we'll finish up with some stretching, and I'll speak a little bit about a few health pillars, if you will, that we can do to keep our immune system strong during this time. Sound good? And take that as a virtual thumbs up, everybody. Okay.
Sounds great.
Yeah, there we go, Jesse. All right, so let's do this. Let's start out with some warm-up movements. These are basically what I have my typical groups do on in the evening. Should take us about 4 minutes or so. We're going to start standing at one edge of our mat or one edge where you have a lot of room to step behind you. So feet are together. Everybody is up nice and tall. We got hands at your sides. You're going to take your right foot. Do a big step going back. We're going to balance onto that left heel. You're going to take your right hand and put it against your left leg. You're going to open up that left arm. So as we're holding this, I want you to extend that right leg back even further if possible. Now we bring the hand down, then stand back up nice and tall. Go ahead and take the next step back, turn, switch, hold it for a second or two. Feel the power in your stance. Bring the arm down, stand back up again. We have 6 reps on each side, so continue. That right foot steps back. We turn to that left side. We hold it. We stand up tall, and then we switch it. Left foot stepping back, rotation, bring it high, bring it tall. Last 2. Right foot, left side, and up, and left foot, right side, and up, nice and tall. All right, next up, we come to a wide stance with our feet. So feet should be a lot wider than what your shoulders are. I want you to be able to have some depth into this. Hands are going to be coming together at one point. We're going to sit back and down. So I'm going to push my butt behind me. I'm going to reach my 2 fingers to the floor and open my outside arm. Hand down, push up, get nice and tall. Switch to the next side, sit back and down, open the outside arm, and then up nice and tall. We got 4 more, our reps of 6 here. Sit into it, rotate, down and up, sit. You can start getting a little lower, find some additional stretch, and up. Last 2, down, rotate, up, and final 1, sit into that, open wide, back down, and up. Stand up, shake the feet out, shake the arms out. We're going to adjust the feet so they are just a little bit wider than the shoulders from here. We're going to bring the hands up, we're going to bring the eyes up, and you're going to breathe in nice and deeply. You're going to breathe out, you're going to bring your hands down towards your feet. We're going to move your hips a little side to side, kind of a wagging of the tail from here. And then we work our way down into a squat. So butt down towards your heels. See if you can get tall through your spine here. I don't want you hunched. I want you to be up tall, pushing against the knees. From here, stand up through those heels, reach those hands back up, eyes up. Breathe in, bring it down all the way. Hands to toes, move the hips side to side. And then nice and low into that squat from here. Same thing. Find balance, keep the top half of that spine tall, and we move around a little bit. 2, 1, stand, reach. Breathe in, breathe out, bring it down. Move it around side to side. Then find your squat. Your squat can be high if it needs to be. If you can get low, practice it. If you hear, that's good. 2, 1, breathe in, reach up. Up, bring it down. We got 3 down. We got 3 to go. Hips side to side. low squat. Straighten up. Let's mobilize down here. Move your knees out, move your feet around. 2, 1, bring it up, eyes up, breathe in, breathe out, bring it down, move side to side. Nice low squat. Move down here as well. Hopefully being able to find mobility. If you need to stay still and practice just the balance, that's cool. Breathe in, reach up, last one. Breathe out, bring it down, side to side with the hips. All the way down into that squat. This is our final squat. We move around a little bit, we recenter, and we nice and tall. Very nice. Shake it out. Our last warm-up movement is going to have us doing some balancing. So what I want you to do is practice on your left foot staying. Your right foot steps behind you, and your left arm goes up into the air. So left arm up, right foot behind you, left foot stays in place. We're going to pull that arm and foot back even further, and then we're going to tap them in front. We're going to keep the foot off the ground, pull it back, tap in front. 6 reps on each side. Pull back, feel the back muscles, feel your butt. Tap in front, we got 3. Good, find some breathing now. Breathe, reach up high, pull back, breathe out, bring it together. Last one, breathe in, breathe out, and back down. Take it out. Final 6 reps here. This time we are balancing on our right foot. We've got our left foot behind you. We've got our right hand up into the air. We're going to lift that left foot, bring that right hand back a little extra, and we're going to meet them in front. And breathe in, pull everything back, feel the back. Breathe out, bring it together. Inhale, pull, reach. Together. We got 3 more. And final one, everybody. Nice reach. And bring it down. All together. You are officially warm. Congratulations. Like I stated before, it is St. Patty's Day. I hope everyone is wearing their green out there, if not a virtual pinch to you. We're going to move into the actual workout section. So what we're going to do are going to be 6 movements. Some of these have options for weights. Some of them do not. 6 movements will be done 2 times. The timing of each of these movements will be 1 minute apiece. We're going to go through each movement, 1 minute apiece. Then we will take a small breather and we'll do it again. Hopefully that's very clear to everybody. Let's go ahead and start out with a weight if you want. So I'm going to grab my water bottle as my weight. We're going to start out doing a squat and a shoulder press as our first round. So we've got 1 minute of squats and shoulder presses. Once you get to a point where the feet are about shoulder width apart, as we sit back, you're really going to push your hips behind you to sit into a good squat. And then as we come up, we're going to extend and press that weight right overhead. So go ahead and sit into it, pop up. And as you pop up, make sure that you feel that weight pull behind you a little bit so those back shoulders can be active in our movement. Of course, if you have knee issues, you should be even more aware of keeping your weight on your heels as we're going through here. When you're pressing up, it's through those heels. You're feeling a little explosive through that push as you drive that weight up at the top. Lastly, breathe in as you bring it down. Breathe out as you stand up. You've got 30 seconds here. I had mentioned a little prior, if you have some music around you that you want to make your own workout music, play a little bit of around that. You've got 10 seconds remaining. Last few. Give me kind of that strong press as you come up for that last squat or 2. And we'll go 3, 2, and 1. All right. Stand up, shake it out. We're going to a single leg movement, which means I want you to start on your right side first. So we're going to get to a point where our right foot is our steady foot. That's going to stay. Our left foot is going to lift behind us to do a single deadlift. And then when you come up, you're going to bring the knee up. So extend out. Lean the body in, come up and get tall, and that back in front. We've got 1 minute on our right side. If you have some weight, you can hug that right into the chest as we go down and up through there. A breathing pattern through this movement. Breathing in, coming down. Breathing out, standing tall. Best thing you can do to help your balance, number one thing is what? It is tighten your core, tighten your belly, and find the balance as you go down and up through this. Got 10 more seconds through here. Find that balance, knock out those final few. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Stand up, shake it out a little bit. Next, we go to our upper body. We're going to start with punches, and then we're going to move to throwing elbows. It's 30 seconds apiece for this. First, our starting point, athletic stance. I want you here. Put your knees bent. I want you to push your hips back. I want the top of the body a little forward. All right, you got your hands right at the sides of the ribs. You give me one strong punch, and you're going to breathe out each time you do a punch. Go ahead and begin. You got 1 minute, 30 seconds is punching first. Find the focal point with the eyes. Give me crisp with that punch. Trying to hit that target. You're practicing some eye-hand coordination through here. You're tightening your belly to wake up more through that punch. Let's go. 3, 2, and 1. Next, both arms out in front. Next, one elbow dries behind you. Come back in front. Switch to your next side. Go ahead and begin. You got 30 seconds. Throwing kind of a strong elbow behind you and feeling those back muscles pulling that arm back in the process. That same breathing technique. Breathe out as that elbow goes behind you. 3, 2, and 1. That is good. All right, next up, lateral lunges. We want your feet to start together. We're going to be going to one side only for our lateral lunge. If you have weights, hold your weights right up here. We're going to start out with that lateral lunge going down, sitting back to one side. We're going to open the arms, whether you have weights or not. I want you to pull the arms back, feel your shoulders. And as you come up, give me a little balance, bringing that knee up. Go ahead and begin. Step out to one side, sit into it, come up, and then nice and tall, smooth coming down, open, stand up, bring it in. Find that rhythm with what we're doing. Breathe in as you step out. Breathe out as you stand up tall. Thing for that balance, belly stays tight. Nicely done, everyone. Keep working on that balance. If you can drop into some depth, or if you can pop up a little bit faster through those, that's going to get you to increase that intensity. We've got 10 seconds left right here. Last little bit. Step into that, sit into that, stand up nice and tall. 3, 2, and 1. Stand up, shake it out a little bit. Our last movement on this one is going to be a bent over fly. So I want you to grab something like those cans of soup, something kind of light. We're going to get ourselves back into our athletic stance where I've got my feet wider than my shoulders, my knees bent, and now the top of my body comes even farther forward. I'm going to extend my arms out. I'm going to pull them, really feeling the lower shoulder blades, and then smooth as I come back down. So getting that nice extension where I feel the back muscles working at the top, and then that slow return back down. You can add more, squeeze your belly. If you have a shoulder problem, you're keeping those elbows closer to your body as you pull up, release back down. Continuing to stay tight here, continuing to work on that slow recovery. We've got 15 seconds remaining here. Belly tight, feet are grounded. 3, 2, and 1. Stand up. Our last one gives us a little bit of a cardio jolt at the end of our first round here. It's quick feet. Free agency, for those of you who don't know, now you know. We're going to do some quick feet through here where we're going to pitter-patter those feet. So go ahead and begin. Now, we're going to start out at kind of like a mellow pace, something you can maintain for a little bit. That when you get towards the back end, we're not completely burnt out. If you want to add a little twist to one side and come back, little twist to the next side, come back, you're welcome to it. Finding steady breathing, and you'll notice I'm in that athletic stance, right? I'm here, my hips are back, top of my body's a little bit forward. 30 seconds through, halfway there. Maybe you can add just a little bit to what we're doing. Pick up that pitter patter, get that heart rate to go a little higher, a little faster. Final 15 seconds, crank it up even a little bit extra, right? Get those really, really quick feet going through here. Push, because we're taking a break in 10 seconds. Push through it, quick feet right towards that end. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. That is good, everybody. Stand up, breathe, take a moment, grab some of that water. Your first round is done. All right, so take a sip of water and let your heart rate come down for just a moment. Hopefully that was pretty smooth as far as understanding what our movements were. We're going to simply practice them again. All our single leg movements that we had done in our first round now go to our left side. So we started out on that right side. This time we'll be going over to our left. So if you have some weights that you work with, our first movement is our squat and our shoulder press. You can grab those weights. You can hold them in front of you. Kind of get you that squat position where our feet shoulder width apart. Athletic stance as I drop into that squat. I come up and I powerfully push that weight up. Your first minute has begun. Breathe out, stand tall, smooth, coming down, power, pushing up. Now, key things to find and feel through your squat, your heels, right? By accessing those heels, the body's weight has to sit back a little bit. Push the weight onto the heels, drive up, get tall through those heels. It's going to start to work the back, the glutes, and the hamstrings a little bit more into our motions. This is a powerful movement for all of the major muscles of the legs. You come down, you're breathing in. As you drive up with that power, you're exhaling. Kind of like throwing that punch or throwing that elbow. That exhale is giving you a little extra jolt into what you're doing. You've got 10 more seconds through these squats. Knock them out. Keep standing tall and powerfully at the top of these last few. Let's go. 3, 2, and 1. Done. Single leg deadlift, this time on our left leg. So let's start with our left leg planted. If you have weights, you can keep them up against you. They can be right in front of that leg. Your right leg lifts behind, and then you come up and you pull that knee up right at the top. Go ahead and balance through these. Your minute has begun. Go ahead, everybody. Breathe in on the down. Breathe out as you come up, nice and tall. That will be like a broken record at points of this. Your number one way to balance better is tighten that belly. Squeeze that belly, improve what you're doing balance-wise. You can really force proper form into the body through there as well. Breathe in, bring it down. Give me power as you start to crank out this second half of these movements. Drive up, bring that knee, and stand up nice and tall as you drive up through that. You've got 20 seconds left. 20 seconds left. Tight bellies. Feel the bottoms of those feet kicking into the floor right now. Something we very rarely get to feel in our day-to-day lives. Find the bottom of the feet, push them into the floor, move them around. You've got 5 seconds remaining. Last few in 3, 2, and 1. Stand up, put the weights down if you have them in you. Go ahead and get into your athletic stance next. We are starting with our punching for 30 seconds, then we're going into our elbows. Hands are right at the ribs. One quick, strong punch. Beginning now, everybody. Breathe out. Find that focal point. Good. Tighten that belly now. And keep on working through there. Once again, option to play some of your music in the background if you'd like through this. Add a little bit to what's going on in the background. We have 5 more seconds through these. Breathing out, quick and strong. 2, 1. Both arms stay in front next. Staying low into that stance. Elbows behind you next. Breathe out. Kick that elbow behind you. You can give a slight twist into that elbow as you go. Breathe out, breathe out, breathe out. Find that zone. intensity through what you're doing. Let's make this count. Let's get some sweat. I know everybody's had some stress lately. This is your opportunity to get that stress out of you. You are here and now. Make it work. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. That's good. Stand up. Shake it out a little bit. We're doing lateral lunges. If you used weights last time or you'd like to use them this time, grab those weights and hold them up. We're going to start by having room to step to our left side. As we bring that up, we're going to step out. You're going to push the hips behind you. Weights are here, open. Bring them back in. Stand up nice and tall. Step back out with that control. Bring it up. Go ahead. Continue through that. Got about 50 more seconds. Breathe in. Drive up. Breathe in. Open. Drive up. Breathe in. Open. Up and tall. Keep those abs working. I know broken record on the more you can engage more muscles into your body, the harder of a workout you're going to give yourself, the more you're going to get out of what you're doing. Continue to find your breathing through these steps here. Got 20 seconds, everybody. 20 seconds. Oh. Who's buzzing me over there? 10 more seconds. Last few, zone through that. Powerful as you pop back up. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. Last 2 movements. If you don't have weights in your hands or if you need to go a little bit lighter, lighter weights are better for this bent over fly. Athletic position, arms straight down, eyes focused on the floor so the spine stays straight. I'm bringing those arms up. I'm squeezing the bottoms of my shoulder blades together and then slow as I come back down. Go ahead and control all the way through. It's going to take you a lot longer to do it. It's also going to give you a lot more results and benefits out of it too. Slow is the way to go right now. Tap back into those feet, into the floor. Move them around. Feel the toes there. Dig into the floor. Proprioception, that brain-body connection with those feet to the floor. Stay tight. We got 20 seconds, everybody. We'll be finishing up with the quick feet coming up here. Got 10 seconds remaining. Back muscles, smooth coming down. Back muscles, smooth. 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. Weights can go down to the floor if you got them. Shake it out for a quick moment. Last up, we finished with cardio as we're standing up in this workout today. So we've got 1 minute working on those quick feet. I want the feet to be a little wide. I want to see you start doing a pitter patter. Begin with me right now. Kind of quick through those feet, but not so quick that you're going to get tired too fast. Good. If you want to put that twist, then to the next side, you can add a little bit to what we're doing. You could go a little laterally from one side of that mat over to the opposite side. Plenty of options through here. Steady breathing. Find control into what we're doing. 30 seconds are there. Can you tap up just a little faster? Once again, maybe that turn, bring it back. That turn, bring it back. Or working laterally down those sides. 15 seconds remaining. Steady that breath. Focus in with the body, zone it in. Last few. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up. Shake it out. Recover. Get some water. You got about 1.5 minutes to recover right here. You and me both. See, I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'm sweating plenty. You're getting me going too. Appreciate that. I need it just as much as you all. Next up, we're moving to the floor. So set some room up on the floor for yourself if you don't have it already. Got my nice mat here. But you don't need a mat. You could use something as simple as a towel as well. I'm hoping everybody can see me pretty well with where we're at. If you can. As we start out on the floor, we're going to start out with push-ups. So I want you to be facing the floor as a starting position. You're either going to have your right under your shoulders, or if they need to go a little forward, and you can push your hips if you're doing those push-ups from your knees. Okay? If you want to do that body push-up, we want to create a straight line throughout the body. As we start, apply. This is 1 minute for each one of our movements. Let's go ahead and lift up. Bring yourself up, smooth as you come down, powerful as you push through that push-up. Go ahead and begin. Your minute has started. Breathe. Breathe out. Work on the breathing. Next, find your back muscles, your lats right here, bringing you down. And then your chest and shoulders are what drives you up through that. I've said it before, I'll say it again today. The more muscles you can recruit into your movements, the more your energy level is going to continue to get challenged through there. And it's these challenges that we're looking to create change within the body. Breathe in on that down, breathe out through that up. I know you're getting tired, you should be. You've got about 20 more seconds remaining through these. Tight belly, wake up even more, get more out of what we're doing. Come on. Breathe in, breathe out. Give me last 10 seconds. Finish up in 3, 2, and 1. That is good, everybody. So take a moment and then turn you onto your backs. Keep the weights close by you if you're feeling like you might be needing them. We've got a hip press coming up next. I'm going to grab a single one of my weights, and just to make it fun, I'm going to make it a water bottle. I'm going to get onto my back. I'm going to get into a bent knee position, and we're going to be working on hip bridge presses. So I'm going to put that weight just right on the front of my hips. I'm going to drive up through the heels and squeeze my glutes, and then come back down nice and smooth. Go ahead and begin. Your minute is on from here. Breathing in and breathing out. If you want an extra challenge, take your left foot over your right leg. Push up and smooth coming down. We'll get more of that single leg hip press, which will require a little bit more strength into our movement. You have a question? Okay. One thing I really like to focus on with our hip bridge presses is your low back muscles. Feel them working to help the hips come up off that floor, and feel them working to slowly bring the body back down until the hips touch the floor. You got 15 seconds, everybody. Breathing out as you push on the up, breathing in, bringing it back down. 5 more seconds. Give me 2 and 1. Nice. Okay. You stay in the same position, but I'd like you to move that weight over to the side if you've got it. Our hip bridge press continues. So we've got the feet on the floor. They should be about as wide as your shoulders. We're going to bring the hips up off the floor, and this time we're going to hold ourselves in this position. Both arms come up, and what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to bend my left elbow. I'm going to push my left elbow into the floor, and I'm going to rotate over to my left side with my right arm. I'm going to then bring that right arm in, elbow into the floor on the right side, and push and rotate to that opposite side. So go ahead and work on kind of controlling a turn onto the shoulder, and then up and off the floor. And what I really want you to feel is that not only is this full body, but this starts to work those rotating abdominal muscles. Find and feel not only the back muscles, not only the glute muscles, but those core muscles getting you to rotate side to side through this. 30 seconds in. Keep your butts high. Keep it in a nice rotation. See how far you can get side to side. Play with your angles here. Got last 10 seconds. Steady breathing throughout and control, making it smooth as you go from one side to the next. Finish up in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and lie down on your back again. We're going to get into your bicycle next. Hand behind your head, both feet up into the floor. We're going to start with the knees a little bent. So I call this your tabletop position, where your shins are at a parallel point with the floor below. We're going to rotate, and one leg extends. Your opposite elbow goes to the opposite knee in the crunch. And then we're going to smoothly rotate over to that opposite side. If you haven't begun already, begin right now. Find that one leg gives you a full straightening, and And that foot is flexed as it straightens each time. Then with the upper body, the low back is pushing down into the floor as it's the abs pulling you in. Low back pushes, abs pull the top half of the body in, and we're not yanking on that neck, being gentle on the head, neck, and shoulders with those hands, and really forcing the center of the body to take over what that movement is doing. Every time you crunch, breathe out. So it should be a breathe out, breathe out, breathe out. You should find some good timing through this, pretty quick timing through this. Everybody's got 10 more seconds, last few. Keep your breathing, keep those last few coming. 3, 2, and 1. All right, side planks. We've got 2 more movements left. Side planks. We're going to start on our right side, right? So right side first, we're going to get onto that right elbow. We're going to have it right underneath the shoulder. So I want to avoid that elbow being too far out. I don't want the extension. I want it under the shoulder for safety, that shoulder. Side plank position, we've got some options. You can keep your bottom knee bent. You'll notice my foot is behind me here, and I'm going to keep those hips up nice and high. Once I'm here, I'm going to tap in front, and then I'm going to really open, feel those shoulders pulling back at the top of things. So this can be option number 1. Option number 2, bring those feet together, stack them, tap in front, lift up high. Option number 3 is going to have that top leg lifted, and we're working on kind of that smooth turn as we're going through. If you get into those higher options, your breathing is going to be challenged. Find your smooth in, find your smooth out. And no matter what we're doing, everybody who goes to classes knows this. I want those hips up as high as you can be so that we're waking up more of those obliques underneath you. If more of your hips are sagging, the less your body is getting out of what you're doing. We are here to get challenged. We are here to get some change. Those hips up. You've got 15 seconds. Last few, everybody. Finish up in 3, 2, and 1. That's good. Rest, recover. Before we do the opposite side, I want everyone now to turn towards the floor and give me a hands and knees position. So this is our last of our first floor movements, first round of floor movements. Hands are right under my shoulders, knees are right under my hips. I'm going to get into a bird dog or an opposite hand and foot that lift up together. I'm going to try to extend that back leg back and try to reach through that hand. I'm going to come forward and tap hand to knee and lift back again. We're going to keep it 30 seconds on this just single side with that right leg behind you and that left leg, left arm extending out in front. Work on finding the posterior, the back of the body through this movement. So by keeping that heel up, keeping the glute with what that leg is used to lift, and by feeling that shoulder through the lift, we're integrating more and more of that posterior chain. 3, 2, 1, left heel goes down. We're going to switch to the next side, so put your weight into that left hand now and that right knee. Left leg lifts up, right arm extends, and then we come and meet hand and knee underneath and extend back out at that top point. Go ahead and continue to practice feeling that back of the body as we're doing this. Lifting up, the posterior chain gets active. Smooth as you come back down is always going to get you be more in control of what you're doing, building more strength into what you're doing, and being more effective with your time and what you're doing. You got 10 more seconds on this one here, everybody. Steady breathing, smooth through the in and out. 3, 2, and 1. Take a little breather. It is water time. It is break time. We've got one more round of these movements, and then we are done for the day. We'll do a little stretching to follow. Anybody want to chime in with how they're doing so far? Some virtual thumbs up, emojis, anything send them my way?
Fantastic.
Woo-hoo-hoo. All right, very good. Jesse, I can count on you. Thank you for that.
That's what.
I like it, everybody. All right, let's do one more. Yeah, that's it. That's it. All right. So floor routine. We're going to take it We've got one more round of this, 1 minute apiece. We're going to start out with our push-ups. Let's get everyone back into position. Hands around your shoulders. Let's extend that body, get into a good straight line with that plank position. Smooth as you come up, come down, powerful as you push up. Breathe in on the down, breathe out as you drive up nice and tall. And most importantly, make sure the back muscles, those lats, are smooth and helping you come down. Continue to work through these. I know that they're getting to that point where you're getting a little tired. If you need to take a small breather, maybe you take a break for 5 or 10 seconds, and then you get right back at it, and you keep going through there. Everybody, you got 10 more seconds through here. Breathe in, drive it up, give me power. Let's tighten our bellies for those last few. We got 3, 2, and 1. All right, turn it, flip it, go onto your back from here. Go into the hip bridge press. You can bring a weight with you. You can bring 2 weights if you want. And you can go single leg on the left side if you did single leg last time. Otherwise, our feet are pretty close to the butt. We're going to push up, squeeze the glutes at the top, and then smooth as we come back down. Breathe out through the push up. Breathe in, coming back down. And as I had mentioned last time, if you can find your low back muscles, think about them, find them, and feel them helping this press. It's not just the back of the leg doing the work. The center of the body to be involved in this too, so that we can build out a lot of that full, well-rounded core capability. We're halfway through this side. Breathing out as you push up, breathing in, back on that return. Good job, everybody. "15 seconds. Stay in that zone. Keep it smooth. 3, 2, and 1. Lower back down. Take a small breather. Next up, we keep the hip bridge press, but we start putting that rotation into things. So what I want you to do is bring those arms out in front. I want you to bring your butt up off the floor. Your butt stays off the floor this whole time. Bring one elbow in, push into the floor with that elbow, and rotate with that other arm extending across the body. Go ahead and work on this. Find your breathing in and breathing out. And of course, like I always say, show me control. Make it look good. Rule number 1, make things look smooth. Make sure that there is a control to what you're doing. And that's going to always increase the amount of activity that you have to put into a movement. We call it time under tension. Time under tension is going to increase the amount of caloric burn that you're getting out of a workout. It's going to increase the strength training results that you get out of your workout. Got 30 more seconds here. Big turns. Finding those abs as we're rotating. Find them, feel them. Is your butt staying up? Are you finding your glutes working? Got 15 more seconds. Keep the breathing. Last few, everybody. Finished up in 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back down. Rest, recover. If you need any water, feel free to grab it. We've got 3 movements remaining right here. We're going to get first into that bicycle. Hands go behind the head. Both feet come off the floor and shins parallel with the floor. One leg straightens while the other elbow goes towards that knee, and then rotate towards that opposite side. Give me smooth, big turns as we go side to side. Give me a flexed foot as we go side to side. And then breathe out, breathe out, breathe out with each time you're crunching that body in. With the upper half of the body, the low back pushes down. Push your low back down as we get this turn. Feel the abs pulling you in. Not the neck, not the arms, but those abs are what's driving the top half forward. Continue that breathing. Last 20 seconds here. Ten seconds. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Final 2 movements. We've got our side plank. We're going to do our side plank on our left side. Get that elbow underneath your shoulder on the left side. Options with feet. That bottom knee can stay on top of the floor and we can raise the hips up, or those feet can be stacked. Let's go ahead and lift up that top arm. Let's keep those hips up a little higher. We're going to tap that floor in front and then really pull that hand back and feel the shoulders at the top of things. If you haven't started, do so now. It is on. Breathing in, opening, breathing out. Breathing in, opening, breathing out. If you start to hit a bit of a wall, you're welcome to bend that bottom knee. If you just need to take a break for 10 seconds, lower yourself down, take that 10-second break, and then come back up and give me some good energy as we finish towards this. Continue good breathing. Continue strong holds. We've got 20 seconds. Everybody, last few. Zone into it. Hips stay up for that extra activity. Inhale. Exhale. Here we go. Last few coming up. We got 3. We got 2. And final 1. Very good. Last up. Turn towards the floor. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Our bird dog movement. We're going to start with that right leg up. We're going to have that left arm up. We're going to tap hand to knee and then open again. You got 30 seconds on this side. Great extension at the top. Pull that leg up, pull that hand back a little higher, and wake up that posterior chain as we go. Should even feel your belly stretching out a little bit when that arm and leg extends out. Feel and find that stretch. You got 10 seconds, last little bit. Smooth on that down, last few. Let's go 3, 2, 1. Let's bring it back down to the floor, both hands, both knees to the floor. All right, before we begin, I want you to push the top of your body up just a little higher with those shoulders, with those arms. Now our opposite leg, our left one goes up, our right hand lifts, and we tap in front and lift again. Go ahead, again, final 30 seconds through here. Control. I don't need speed through this. Control. Find your back through this as well. You got final 15 seconds, everybody. All the way to that finish line here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Everybody go ahead and take a seat for a quick moment. Get your water. I'm going to give you about 90 seconds before we get into our stretches here. Congratulations, everybody. Your web workout, your virus-free web workout has gone out without a hitch so far. Pat yourself on the back. Give yourself an air high five. I'm giving out virtual high fives to everybody. Very, very well done. And thank you for everyone for showing up. We're not done yet. We've got some stretching, so don't you dare click off, but get your water and then bring yourself back down to your mat, and we're going to get into our stretching element next. We'll do somewhere about like 6 minutes of stretching or so. And then as we're doing that, I'll kind of chit chat about some different things that we can do while we're kind of homebound here, just keep our immune systems and our minds a little healthy and strong as well. So let's start on your back. We're going to start out with our hamstring stretch. Lie down flat on your back. I'd like you to bring your right leg straight up into the air. Your right hands go behind that leg, and you're just going to pull that leg in towards the top half of your body until you feel like you're at about a moderate level of stretch in the back of that leg. If I flex the toes towards me, this is going to increase where I feel that in the calf. It's also going to activate that whole posterior chain of that right leg. And I know everybody knows their minimum stretch time is at least 20 seconds. So don't count yourself short on this. Usually people who are going short on their stretches are people that are extremely tight in those muscles. If that's the case, if it's that painful, lighten it up, right? Maybe your moderate end of stretch is down here for you as opposed to bringing it in quite a bit. Somewhere where you can maintain for a while, please. Next up, we're going to take that leg a little across the body from here. So I'm still pulling it up and towards the top half, but I've now pulled it a little over to the left side so that foot is sitting just above or beyond the left side of my hip. I'm going to keep it here. I'm going to feel that IT band stretching along the right side of my leg. Let's start to breathe in a little deeper. Out, kind of nice and slow. Feel your neck relax as you breathe out a little longer. Keep that moderate stretch. Breathe in and out. Okay, that right leg, let's drop it to the floor. Left leg, let's bring it straight up. Hands behind it. You can flex that toe towards it even better. You may know the left side has a little bit more of a limitation than my right side. That's important to notice as well. If you notice that and you have a little extra time, spend some extra time stretching on those areas where your body needs it a little extra. Okay, let's click back into that breathing. You got your big inhale in, your long exhale out. Let your neck muscles relax. Your shoulders start to drop a little closer towards the floor. Big inhale in, long exhale out, and now start to move that foot a little across over to the right side. Keep that stretch. About moderate amount of resistance. So while everybody is stretching here, a few things that I wanted to point out, and for those of you who have heard my 4 pillars presentation, this really kind of falls in line with a lot of kind of those healthy basic or foundational bits that I like to go over through here. Go ahead and breathe in one more time, big inhale, big exhale, that leg's gonna come down. Okay. Next up, we get into our butterfly stretch. This can be on your back with your knees out wide, or this can be seated upright, and same thing with the bottoms of the feet. They're together in front of you, the knees pushed down to the floor, and I'm not gonna be hunched into this. I'm gonna stay tall to the top half of my body as we go through this. We're tall, we're breathing a little slower, a little deeper. And the number one pillar, as far as I'm concerned, for overall health, and if we're really talking about your immune system, is getting sufficient sleep. You should be getting a minimum of 7 hours, but ideally we should be aiming to get 8 hours each and every night. It's during our sleep cycle that our body is really able to heal ourselves, both from physical exercise, also from mental stress. It is the number one opportunity for our bodies to reset. So get your sleep in. A good way to help kind of the body unwind is removing screens from your face an hour before you're going to go to bed. There's blue light transmitted from our screens, so maybe you take a moment and get yourself into more like a calm, quiet space where you can turn off the TV or shut down the laptop or do any of that. And just avoiding caffeine and sugars later in the day as well. Okay. From here, next stretch, we're going to get you into a kneeling stance. I'd like you to have your right foot forward. I'd like you to have your left knee down on the floor. You're going to lift your left arm up. Your right arm is out to the side. We're going to lean a little bit to that right side, and we're going to pull back a little bit. And lastly, to make this a really good stretch, my left leg, I want you to squeeze your butt on that left side and feel that stretch increase in the front of that left leg. All right, so we have sleep as kind of that number one immune builder, right? Number 2 is the foods that you are putting into your body right now. Eat your vegetables and eat colorfully right now. The more micronutrients and biodiversity that you can get into your gut houses 70% over your overall immune system. Make it a happy gut, and you are going to be way more likely to be able to stave off some potential issues here. Let's bring that hand down. Let's switch the knees. Your right knee goes down. Your left foot comes in front. You're bringing that right hand up high. We're going to reach a little to the left side, a little backwards. And I want you to squeeze your butt on that right side to increase that stretch. And breathing in deeply. Breathing out slowly. Lastly, as far as the eating, hydration. Make sure you are drinking plenty of water right now. Flushing your body, making sure our body is composed of basically 80% of water. So feeding the hydration to our cells that are needed, allowing blood to flow more easily by being well hydrated, allowing your body's functions to happen more naturally as you're well hydrated. Breathe in deeply, breathe out fully. Let's bring that hand down. And we're going to finish out with a neck stretch today. So from a kneeling position, I want your left hand to go behind your back. I want your right hand to come up and grab your head and just lightly pull it over to the right side. We're going to stretch the neck out. I want you to keep breathing. Nice big inhale. Nice slow exhale. Exercise, of course, has its stress relief benefits. The physicality of it is going to help us kind of burn off kind of unwanted things within the body. It oxygenates the body. Having things at higher temperatures within the body during a workout does tend to burn off some of the free radicals within us. And then lastly, just finding time to unwind. Breathe in nice and deep. Breathe out, hand. Sit down for a quick second. Bring yourself back up. Last up, that right hand comes up, goes behind you. Left hand pulls the head lightly to the side. So as we're in times where we are fed with a lot of information, where there's nonstop news going on right now, take a time to give yourself a break as well. Whether that's going for a walk, whether that's just doing some meditation quietly by yourself, whether that's spending time playing with your kids. These are good opportunities to help us reset, everybody. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out fully. Everybody, you are done with our first virtual workout. If you have any criticisms, any critiques, anything that I can do to make this better, please let me know ASAP. On Thursday, we are back at it again at 4:30. I would love to see each and every one of you there. If you have any unmuting to do it now. And a happy St. Patrick's Day to you all.
Thanks, John.
Thanks so much, John. It was great.
Nice
Thank you.
Thank you all for jumping in.
Take care, everybody.
I do this 3 days a week or do it 3 days a week?
We do it on Friday or no?
Friday is, yeah, so Friday we'll do 11 a.m. Friday.
Okay, great, great.
Yes or
11
no?
a.m. Friday. I'll see you.
Friday is yes, yep.
See you Thursday, Friday.
All right, everybody else. On Thursday at 4:30. Take care of yourself in the meantime.
Yes. See you then, Sean.
All right,
Thank
bye.
you. Good job.